Other. Hi guys, welcome to the show. I was attacked by my son earlier, so I couldn't press the button correctly, and I'm sorry for that. I really am. But I hope you're having a great day. Trey, are you having a great day?
You bet your bottom dollar.
Oh, that's great. Is it me that's doing that? It probably is actually. I think I'm pretty loud in my headphones. And
You're a little
there we
loud,
go.
but I
That's a
also
lot
have
better.
my computer set up to like 80 max
Oh,
output.
you're really low for some reason, but I think it's because I turned you down.
Does sound a little better now?
Yeah, I think so. All right, give me some beatboxing.
Let's get it.
Hey now, only if I can't go wild. What am I doing like forever by control style? Now I gotta tell you what I'm doing if I never be. Now you want me to run down the light D. Ha! I know you like me. Did you really want me to rap down and fight me home? Here I go again. I gotta make it what I'm saying if I'm feeling to win. And now I do it what I'm doing because I'm saying the beat. My son's already angry. He's laughing at me. He's not really sure what I'm doing, and I don't even be. If I'm looking for my people and they running from me. And oh no, what am I doing? Taking photos, getting screamed at. I don't even know what I know. Oh, bro, what am I saying? If it's right, I'm not gonna get to the button to share anyways, right? Oh, that's okay. Only if I gotta rap every other day. And now I gotta go time only in the night. You want me to understand what I do in a fight? Cause I exhale, breathe. 9 more seconds, can I see? Everybody's looking at me crazy. Huh? My son's losing his mind. I'm not sure. What am I doing if I go, Miss Officer? Are you looking for a different kind of podcast? How about informative and clean? It will make you laugh. Scout and Trey, yeah, that's what we do. We got a little funny thing, keeping it true. Hey, we take your topics and all your ideas and bring in a guest and we answer them there. Then we make a freestyle rap and do it for you. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. Yep, flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you, flows to you. Hey guys,
Yo, what it do?
welcome to the show. We already got comments, so heading home on the road. So Jaime's ready to go. My son is gonna be yelling at me the whole time for some reason. I'm about to
Austin,
start.
we are in a live show, bro.
Hey.
You've got to go.
This isn't actually gonna hit him. Ah! No.
No. Massive carnage, explosions everywhere.
Yeah, no. Hey, you want to say hi? All right. Well, anyways, hey Boston, can you go? I gotta do this. Thank
Ask
you.
him to
You're
shut the
awesome.
door on the
I love
way
you.
out. We do love you, but you got to go.
Yeah. All right. So I'll tell you my headline of the week, and that will explain what's happening right now. So,
Okay.
my whole family is being detained.
Wow. Okay. That didn't sound great. I can go next. I virtually DJ'd.
Okay. I mean, yeah. You always anyway.
No, in
Cool.
virtual reality.
Ooh!
I
You should have
DJ'd.
said you DJ'd in the metaverse. That would have sounded cooler.
The metaverse sucks. So anyway, we're gonna move on. I'll explain later. That's it. That's all you get right now.
All right, Brendan, what's up?
I landed a motivational speaking gig.
Nice.
Dope, sick, nasty, man.
Nice.
All right, Jason, let's hear it.
So it's 2 years in coming, but my family has finally found the COVID.
Oh, so wait, so you guys have never had COVID yet?
No, we have not.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, now that I'm going through it, we've gone through it a many a time, just never thought it was a big deal. And
Okay.
so now that I consider how I'm feeling, but
Just got
but
the newer variant or
it
whatever?
was the first. No, I think it was the older one, but it was the worst of my son. He had a really high temperature the last 2 days, and that he was like having to take. He was sleeping through the whole day, and so hence the reason you're getting a hyperactive version of him, because he hasn't been himself for 2 days, and he has 2 days worth of energy stored up to drive me crazy.
Okay.
So, but
I'm
we're
sorry.
doing fine. Everything's good. It looks like we're all. I'm gonna have to set that up still.
Yeah.
It looks
I
like
was
we're.
that's not his name.
It looks like we'll have to. Everything's good, so it's nothing. It looks like it's light for us. But
That's good.
We're still stuck. My wife's still stuck in the house for 5 days, so
I'll be praying for your family, man. That sucks.
yeah, it's what it is.
That's tough. Well, in better news, I DJ'd in virtual reality. So yes, that you heard me right. So the reason I said the metaverse sucks is because I love VR chat, and as crazy as it is, I've met a ton of people through there. Somebody's birthday was last night, and so I decided to do a little something for him, and I just played a bunch of songs. And so what I did was I basically played through my headset. And what I mean by that is like I literally can DJ through voice mod, and I would just play the music as we went. And the coolest part, Scout, is that I was Marshmallow from Fortnite, like as in the Fortnite version of Marshmallow, had the skin. And I had a ton of like emote dances and stuff. And one of them has like these giant sound bars that come up from behind me, and it's like neon strobing and stuff. And it's really cool. So like when the beat drops, I pop on that emote and I don't have to do anything, and it literally just goes buck wild. So I DJ'd for like a good hour and a half, and it was a great time. There was everybody like dancing and stuff like that. It was pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting to say the least. But that's the highlight of my week. So
that's awesome.
I want to hear Brandon's highlight though.
Okay.
Well, first and foremost, buck wild. I've never heard anybody use that terminology before, so I may store that in my back pocket.
Hey, feel free to use it. There is a royalty. There is a royalty fee.
There's a royalty.
Yeah, sadly,
it's like half a cent. If it's like half a cent, then I could do that.
Yeah,
if
it's
like
half
20
a cent.
cents a pop, I'm like, can't be doing that.
No NFT prices here. Just half a cent. We're good.
Thank goodness, man. Oh, dude, I was worried for a second. But yeah, so for me, so I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but for me, I love sharing my story.
That's
and
awesome.
I just kind of share my story whenever I get a chance to. But so the Greater Nashville Church, we work with this elementary school called J.E. Moss. And it was really awesome because I was able to finally get a chance to speak with 130 fourth graders about my story, struggling with mental health challenges and how I got to where I'm at today. So I'm officially going to be speaking like on my own with like no backup. I'm going to be doing like a 30-minute thing just based off my phone, and yeah, just kind of just talking with them about mental health challenges and ways that maybe fourth graders could understand. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. That's happening literally in 2 days. So
Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations, man. It's really, really cool.
Appreciate it.
That is awesome.
So just like where you've come, what you've dealt with, and pretty much how you can learn, how they can learn, and what they need to know about it and stuff.
Yeah. Basically, that's it.
That's awesome. That's super cool, man. And what grades are this?
Fourth grade.
Wow. Starting them off. That's awesome though, because like mental health doesn't get talked about enough in any point of life. And it's funny because like it depending on how you grew up and who your parental figures were, it might not get talked at all. Not talked about at all. So that's really awesome, man. Good for you, dude.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, Jason. Are you ready to get clapped by Brandon?
Because it's
time for a freaking quiz. All right, guys. So it is quiz time. Brandon, I hope you're prepared because I sent you a really long and detailed email saying what all the quiz is going to go over, and based on your facial.
Oh yeah. No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say
totally received that email. Totally
based on your facial features, I wasn't sure if you had gotten it.
I did.
Jason,
I just needed a refresher.
Okay, perfect. No, I'm totally joking. I didn't send out any email. I just try to get our guests to see what the response is. But yes, so it is a quiz. It is a mystery facts about life quiz, and it is going to be random, and it's going to be awesome. You guys are pitted up against each other. You will be receiving both the same questions and having a chance to answer them both. But whoever has the most at the ends wins $1 million. I mean, a million high fives from a bot that I've set up. That will send you a high five for the rest of your life.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so without further ado, there you go. Without further ado, let's get it on and popping. This one's going to be interesting. So I'll have our guest go first. Brandon, when glass breaks, the cracks move faster than how many miles per hour? Is it A, 100, B, 650, C, 1,800, or D, 3,000 miles per hour?
Wow, I definitely was not ready for this one.
Right.
Probably, I'm just gonna guess 600.
Okay. 650? Okay. Jason, same question. 100, 650, 1,800, or 3,000?
1,800.
Well, sadly, you guys are both incorrect. Believe it or not, the answer is D. When glass breaks, the cracks move faster than 3,000 miles per hour. That is crazy fast. And I bet you guys did not know that. So moving on, hopefully you guys will be able to get these next couple questions correctly. This is going to be a really awkward quiz. So for the next question, Jason, which nationality does the average tallest people, or excuse me, which nationality do the average tallest people have? Is it Dutch, Chinese, American, or Congolese? So is it A, Dutch, B, Chinese, C, American, or D, Congolese?
Oh man, that's a hard one. I'm gonna go American.
Okay, you said American. Okay, see, Brandon, same question. Is it Dutch, Chinese, American, or Congolese? It could be Congolese. Congolese. Okay. I'm pretty sure you said Dutch, right?
Yeah.
Brandon, you said, yo, congratulations. That's the correct answer. Jason, I really wish you would have went with the first option because that sadly is the correct answer in lieu of this question today. But yes, so Dutch have the tallest average amount of people in their nationality. Next question, Brandon. How did the first owner of the Marlboro company die? Was it a fatal car crash? Was it old age? Was it lung cancer? Or was it AIDS?
Oh,
Just based on the kind of company, my guess would be his own poison.
Lung cancer? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that answer. Jason?
old age.
Old age.
Brandon has left the show.
We have lost
Yep.
our guest for today, folks.
Yep.
I'm
Left.
joking.
Left. Yep.
Brandon,
I hated the show so much that I just left.
oh my God.
Yeah.
I hope he didn't go to the bathroom. That'd be weird too.
Brandon, congratulations. You got that correct. It is lung cancer. He died of lung cancer, believe it or not.
Dang, that's called karma at its finest, right there.
I know, right?
It is. It is. Guys, hey, children, don't do drugs. Jason, come on, man. You got to get some of these right.
All right.
All right. I love this next one. You ready, Jason? Elephants purr when they eat. True or false?
True.
Okay. Brandon, same question.
I mean, like it wouldn't make sense for it to be true because elephants are just like these big animals. So why would they purr? Because that's like a little animal thing to do, you know?
Sure.
But of course they would because they have an inferiority complex.
Okay, I like that response. You guys are both correct. They purr when they eat. Congratulations. We have just a couple more questions, and then we'll be ready to rock onto our next section. This is an interesting one. A shrimp's heart is in its feet, Brandon. True or false?
I feel like this is a trick question, but it's probably not. Yeah, how good is your poker face, DJ? Let's see. Probably at this point, I just have to say yes because that just sounds like a crazy enough thing to be true.
Okay. Jason?
False.
It actually is false, believe it or not. Sorry, Brandon. I can't give you that point today. I gave
fine.
you one earlier, but
You did,
for
you
right
did.
now.
And thank you for that.
No problem, man. So this one will be our second to last question. Jason, kissing is healthier than shaking hands. True or false? And I know you have plenty of experience with that, Jason, but I was just making sure. I just want to give you this, question to kind of,
true or
see what your
false, you
response.
said?
Yes, kissing is healthier than shaking hands. True or false?
False.
Okay. Oh no, Mike's popping in. He said it is the way I do it. Not sure what that means, bro. Brandon, true or false?
Well, kissing has got to be healthier for you than shaking your hands. That's why I'm sick all the time.
Right. So you would say it's true?
Yeah.
Congratulations, it is true. It's true. You guys both get it right. Kissing is healthier than shaking hands. And this is the coup de grace final question. In Sweden, there's a ski-through McDonald's. Brandon, is that true or false?
Oh my
Don't think too much into it.
I mean, what now? Do they have like a deer taking your order or something? Like what's going on here?
I've never been.
Absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
it's got to be true.
Okay, Jason, same question.
Yeah, true.
Phenomenal. Okay, it's true. That is it. There's an actual ski-through McDonald's in Sweden.
Okay, where's
and
this?
I don't know, but it's a thing.
Okay.
Feel free to
Brandon's
look it
gonna
up.
find his way over there. So you can have
Oh yeah,
some.
absolutely.
Like
Phil-
you
I'll
can
go to
only.
Sweden just for that.
I wonder if they have like a smaller menu, so you can like carry it as your skiing.
Well, overseas, there's actually like the menu in McDonald's
totally different.
is totally different. I mean, and obviously there's the same items here and there, but like for different parts of the country, like their ketchup packets in Brazil, I think it's Brazil, they instead of using salt, they use sugar. So the ketchup is actually sweet, which is pretty interesting. But anyway, so
Hey, ketchup is sweet. You have like an all salty ketchup. Is that a thing that you eat?
no, there's just a lot of sodium in ketchup. And so instead of a ton of sodium, they actually put more sugar than they do sodium.
Mike says that here it goes. Bam. When I went to Japan, there was a shrimp burger.
Yo, that would be flame. I've had shrimp burger before. It's dope.
I found it.
You found it, okay?
It's real. The description is, thankfully, there's now a ski-through McDonald's in Sweden. Lindvallen, I'm sure I butchered that. A ski
Hey.
resort located approximately 200 miles northwest of Stockholm is home to the, now listen to this, the McSki.
That is amazing.
The wood-paneled McDonald's lets you simply ski right up to the window and order.
That's phenomenal, dude. So I'm glad that this quiz is not a false quiz. It is facts about life quiz.
Yeah, of course.
So Brandon did his own research, so therefore it's an actual thing. But so this is for the coup de grace, the end of the quiz question. Scout, you are losing this quiz right now, but you have a chance to come back.
Okay.
Brandon, you are in the lead. But
Like
Jason
actually
has
in
a
the lead? Or,
Yes.
or fakely in the league?
No, you have more points than Jason right now.
Okay. Like how many more? Like just one more or two more?
Pfft.
One or two. I
Okay.
wasn't keeping track. So, but here's the thing. Jason has a chance to steal it from you. Now,
Oh,
here's
damn it.
the question. Who is better, Godzilla or King Kong? Brandon,
Oh,
I'm going
come
to let
on,
you go
dude.
first.
Isn't that an opinion?
I'm running the quiz,
Oh.
so it's based
so unfair
on
because you-
my opinions.
Yeah, I don't really understand the thought process here. How this is going to go for you, Trey?
So here's the thing. I asked a question, and you guys answer.
All right, Brandon, pick one.
Man.
Based on me, from the little time that you've known me, who would you say is the better kaiju in this scenario?
Nice. That was a good hint.
Unfortunately, it's not a hit if you don't know anything about this. So, kaiju. That I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Godzilla there.
Okay, Jason.
From my years of knowledge about you, it obviously is King Godzilla, of course.
King of the kaiju, right? So since Brandon went first, you win the quiz.
Oh,
Congratulations,
see.
Brandon.
What would have happened if you would have picked King Kong? I would have won.
I'm glad he didn't. So I've been a huge Godzilla fan ever since Blockbuster was a thing. I rented the
my
VHSs.
gosh.
Exactly. I grew up with Blockbuster. And I would rent VHSs and binge watch the crap out of the King of the Kaiju. I love Godzilla, diehard Godzilla fan. But congratulations, Brandon. You win the quiz. I'll be setting up the bot to send you virtual high fives for the rest of your life. So
Yes,
congratulations, man.
I love that.
But I'm glad you're here, Brandon. But honestly, Jason, why is he on our show today?
Well, when I talked to Brendan, I asked him, what would we could do for a better year? And I just decided that the answer is don't be afraid to be yourself. Why, Brendan, did I decide that about you?
Why?
Yes.
That's honestly that's a great question. I let's just say this: being yourself is a lot harder than it looks. But when you finally own up to it in your own skin, things just get peachy.
Like Georgia peachy or like A-OK?
I think more Tennessee peachy because that's where I am. But I mean, Tennessee peaches are probably nasty. That's probably why they're not known for peaches. So
Okay.
probably like poor peachy, But no.
But
Like,
the moonshine's
all I'm
just
gonna say is
fine.
no.
Ooh.
Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. The moonshine is just fine. I haven't had any of the moonshine though. I'm a very boring person. Give me like an alcoholic soda and I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
So like honey bourbon and ginger ale?
Well, ginger ginger ale. Haha, that's funny. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's basically an alcoholic soda, but no.
Oh, it's phenomenal. I had one yesterday.
Yes, delicious. But like actually like alcoholic soda, not like.
Well, no, he's saying he put
like
honey bourbon
ginger ale.
inside the ginger
Oh,
ale.
inside of the ginger ale.
Yes.
Did you like buy it that way, or did you have to
No, you
sneak it in, or
Oh my gosh.
No. Somebody just had alcohol at their house and they made me a drink.
Sorry,
They
man.
had
I'm just messing with you.
Okay.
I don't think you are. But here's the truth, Brendan. I've never drank in my entire life, and I knew that answer. So
Really? Yeah, I'm still pretty new on the bottle, so.
no, you're fine. You're fine.
It's all good, man. No, it was an amazing drink. And what's scary is that it was really smooth and you couldn't taste the alcohol that much. That's what can be dangerous sometimes.
Wow.
Anyway, but yeah, so go
That's
ahead, Jason.
cool. I think that's important, especially because you do so many things. That's why I really consider that it's like if you're not comfortable with yourself, you're not willing to try so many other things.
Oh yeah.
And so it's
absolutely.
like it's interesting, and like you have your new. Why are you muting me?
I meant to mute myself. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
You were the closest one.
As I'm asking questions, you're muting me. But so you have a new song out.
do.
How long you
kind of
been?
new song out?
Sure.
Kind of.
How long you been doing music now?
You have a song.
Yes,
Yes.
kind of new song in the sense where in the music industry, after like a week of your song being out, it's trash. It's
Yep.
trash and old. At least from my limited experience in this industry. But yeah. So basically, so I started writing, of all things, rap when I was 14, because it was the only way for me to get out all of my thoughts in a condensed period of time.
Sure.
And I wasn't good enough at writing yet where I could get it all into a country song, which is what I do now. But that's after 6.5, 7 years of writing.
Interesting.
But yeah, basically it started out as a, hey, I'm really screwed up in the head, so I need to do something that's gonna, help me with all my problems. Yeah. And your son is loving my story, I guess.
So
so
you
much
said
so.
you started off with rap and now it's country?
Yes.
Interesting. Do you do a
Reason
mix?
being, I do a mix of country and R&B, not a country and rap. I think that country rap, like, especially like the people who try to be country rap, it's like, I don't know. But then like there are like a few people where it's like, no, like this actually sounds kind of cool.
Sure.
But it's like a small portion of the people who do it at all and who have stuff out who are even like a little bit good. So yeah, but no, I do like a mix of country and R&B.
Interesting. I've got to hear
I'm
this.
actually like I'm doing actually on May 15th, so in basically like 2 Sundays, I'm actually doing George Strait's song "I Saw God Today" for my final service in Nashville.
Oh, where are you moving?
I'm moving back home to California
Wow.
for a month. And then right after Father's Day, I hop on a plane and I fly out to Guam.
Oh, wow. Okay.
and I moved there for at least a year. I don't know how long because they're still raising the money, but I got a full-time job in the ministry out there, so
Yo,
that's where I'm going. So,
dude, that's sick, man.
yeah.
Oh, we got somebody popping in here. It's Dustin Davis. This is actually one of my roommates. He's probably like literally like feet away from me right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's one of the roommates that kind of like just like trolls you and like is like, hey, I'm watching it, even though like I hear you, but like I'm gonna watch it anyways and like be cool about it. Or
Sure. No, he's not a troll, man. He actually watches several of our friend groups that we have that we're all in a giant like podcast group together.
That's awesome.
Like web show podcast group, and he watches a lot of our shows, and he's a big supporter. So yeah,
That's awesome,
I haven't
actually.
seen him on here in a while, just because he's a busy guy. But he's literally 2 feet away. I got 2 feet. He's stupid. Okay, so okay, what made you switch to country?
Strictly being, it actually ties in perfectly with the theme of this podcast because who I really am is country. I'm not very rappy, I guess. I'm sure that's a terrible way of describing it, but
You're still muted, Jason. Yeah, you're
As
still
a
muted.
rapper, I'm offended. Oh my gosh.
Like, yeah, you're still muted.
No, do you
All right, we got
see?
it.
Oh, go now, Busted.
I love it. I love it.
this is fun. It's a lot of fun. You guys do this every Monday?
Not quite.
Not like this, but we do the show every Monday. This is our 108th episode.
Darn.
We try to keep it fresh, though. There's all kinds of stuff that happens. Who knows?
Man.
You never know what's gonna happen. with
Samuel
those
Jackson
videos.
might show up in the next
That's
slide. I don't
really
know.
cool, man.
He could.
You gotta invite me back when he shows up.
Dude,
I'd love to
if
be
we,
a member, you know?
oh God, if we get somebody on that caliber on the show,
We fed
I
the
will lose my
monster,
mind.
guys. Fed the
Yeah,
monster.
it's probably my fault. Okay, so you were talking about country. So
Yeah.
why did you get into it again? You said you're not much of a rapper, or
Yes, I'm not very rappy, as I mentioned earlier. I'll say it again, just to mess with you.
Sure.
And I was offended again.
Yes.
So offended that my son popped out of my head.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. But yeah, so basically, shoot, yeah, what was it? Oh, that's right. So basically, grew up listening to a lot of country. Dad grew up listening to that. Grandpa listened to that. And basically, it's like none of my friends like it. Like I think I have one friend in Nashville who will even like listen to country with me, like one person, and I'm in Nashville of all places.
right?
Which I think is just like borderline like disrespectful, but whatever.
Sure.
That's just an opinion. But yeah, so with that, I realized, okay, cool. I'm actually becoming a decent enough songwriter where I can write in a country style, but still get out everything that I've been wanting to get out. I'm like, dude, this is what I've been trying to do since the beginning. I just didn't know that that's what I was trying to do. If that makes any sense.
Sure.
That
No,
totally makes sense,
you
yeah.
found your calling. You just couldn't
Yeah.
find it.
Yes. It's like I was looking in the phone book for the right phone number, and it just took me about 4 years to find the right phone number. You know?
But what's beautiful about that is that you found it, and no matter how long it
Eventually,
took.
Yes.
That's the thing. That sucks about like the part of people following their passion is the fact that like you don't know how long it's going to take before you can actually get to where you want to be. But once you do, it was all worth it. And so
absolutely.
I'm happy for you, man. That's awesome.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
And it's funny because I grew up in Austin, and my grandparents are in the Texas Swing Hall of Fame, and that's country music in Austin. And so when I told my parents that I was going to be a rapper, they weren't the biggest fans of the situation. They would joke with me, and I was like, there is no part of me that's like that country life. Like I appreciate Brandon that's your lifestyle, that's your jam. That's definitely not my jam. No,
That's just not
I
your
am.
jam. Yeah.
I am married to a country lady, so I
You hear it
have
all
to.
the time.
I mean, I went to my first Garth Brooks concert like just a few
Really?
years ago, and I had never gone. Now, I'll tell you one thing. I might not be the biggest fan of the man's music, but that dude puts on one of the best shows I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
One of the best
Um,
entertainers. Yeah.
And I learned easily if your lady likes something, you make her happy.
You must like
And
it.
so
You
I
must
don't
like
mind. Oh, I don't. There's no. You're never gonna see me jamming a country song. I
Nope.
know the songs, but you're not gonna see me listening to it when she's not around. There was a
okay.
point where she would have a CD in her car, where it was just one country album for like a year. Finally, I just
Oh.
replaced it with an Arrested Development CD, and so now every time that I turn on the car, I can listen to '90s hip hop and feel cool about it.
Get
And my
wrecked,
wife-
Melanie.
Yeah, and she knows. I guess she decided to be okay with it, and so.
Oh, Melanie.
But yeah,
But-
so no, but I appreciate that you've decided that's you, and so you can hear that in the thing. Are you from like how long you been in Nashville?
8 months.
Okay.
You don't believe me,
Interesting.
do you?
No, I do.
I
I don't
don't.
think Jason's in
Jason
disbelief
doesn't.
because
Didn't you go to school in Vanderbilt?
Oh yeah. So I guess I need to do a little bit more explaining there. So I'm there for my master's, but it's only a 1-year program. But
Oh.
the first 2 months of it, 2-ish, 3 months, between middle of June to end of August was all done virtually. So I didn't need to move until like the end of August, because that's when the actual like in-person schooling started for the first time back up in 2 years.
So yeah, what I'm confused about is that you have a little twang to your voice, and so that's super confusing. In that,
Yeah, I'm from
you're
California, and I'm
so
not
that doesn't.
from a country part at all.
Yeah, is there a country part of California?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Central Valley?
Obviously
Where it's
not.
like where it's like super hot. Like, so basically, right? So California, for those of you who are like unfamiliar, California has 3 hotbeds in terms of just places where people live. They got the San Francisco and the surrounding Bay Area, which consists of about, I think, 3 hours of driving if you go from
Mhm.
top to bottom. And then you have the greater LA area and the greater San Diego area. And then you have like this smaller scale hotbed population spot where there's like Fresno, Stockton, and all those places. And then like a few hours south of that is Bakersfield. But I mean, like the Central Valley is literally, it's like driving through tumbleweeds for like 4 hours.
oh wow, interesting.
So yes, it's very country.
That's
Very
cool.
country.
Interesting.
So is that because do you have the twang because you do country music, or because that you've always just had that listen to country music and so you just decided that was
Surprisingly,
a
I've
choice?
only been asked this like 4 times, which is not a lot considering how long
I'm
I've
from
been doing
Texas,
this
so I can hear a twang. So that's how that works. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know people from California who can pick up the twang very easily and they don't listen to country music, but then other people are just like, oh, yeah, whatever. That's just how he talks. But no, is it conscious? No. Is it unconscious? Possibly. I don't intentionally like drag out any of the words, you know, like I just don't like it. It doesn't give me any joy to do that. I just talk, and I think part of it is a product of your environment. When you're around people who talk really slow, eventually you talking at their speed is going to sound really fast, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And then you go back to California for vacation back home, and the people are like, blah, 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 and you're just like, wow, I talk slow.
yeah, that's
Wow.
funny.
Interesting.
That's
So that's a
funny.
thing in California. They just talk super quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's California, New York, all the places where people have no time to slow down, like at all.
Makes
They talk
sense.
fast. That's cool. Do you have like do you have an album coming out, or are you just kind of doing singles to see where it kind of leads you with music right now?
Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so I haven't, like, in terms of just like solely devoting like a year to my life where all I do is music, I haven't done that yet. because 4 years of high school, 3 years of undergrad. Heck, the 1 year of me being in Nashville, I took on the hardest academic section of my life that I'd ever taken on. So I had even less time there. And now that I'm done with that, now I'm going, to the other side of the world, where it takes 20 hours of flying
Oh wow.
to get there.
Yeah,
Flying,
man.
not the
Bro.
layover time, not the 16 to 17 hours of time difference. So yeah,
There's a bed on the plane, right?
let's just say very nicely, no.
Mm.
There's at least on the international flight. So on the flight from San Francisco to Tokyo, there was a so you know how the international flights, if you've ever been on one, are like massive, and they have like
Yes.
3 different rows, and they have like 10 seats per row,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and
Yeah,
they have
I
like
can picture this for
300
sure.
seats, 400 seats. It's crazy.
Massive plane.
So I thankfully I got to be in the middle of the 3 sections, and it was just me.
That's
But
the
keep in mind, the
best.
flight was also 12 hours, and I was going through about depending on the direction, either 8 or 16 hours of time. Not hours of flying, hours of time. So my body was in all sorts of just jacked up places when I hopped off the plane to Tokyo, and I was just like, I feel like garbage right now. I've never
Dang,
felt
man.
sicker in my life.
Wow.
And then I had like 3 hours of just sitting in the airport and like, wow, this sucks. And then I hopped on a plane and took another 3 hours to actually get to Guam. I got to visit back when I interviewed for the church there. So
That's awesome, man. And sucky at the same time, but still you can look
Yes.
back on it now and say, yes, it was worth it, right?
absolutely.
Awesome.
Best interview ever,
Because now
Getting
you're
to,
going to Guam.
Yes, and going to the island, free of charge for 6 days. I mean, it's basically a free vacation, but
Oh, yeah.
obviously I was there on a job interview. So,
Sure.
Yeah, it's interesting how it goes, and I'll just tell you, especially when it comes to music, like never be afraid to just write, even in your situation. Like
Yeah.
honestly, if you spend a year fully focused, you might be able to get more work done, but it doesn't mean that you'll have the same quality songs.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
the best songs are made when it's happening. And like a good example is like for me, when I first decided to become a Christian, I quit rapping altogether. I just stopped. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I always did it because I always pretended to be a Christian and pretended to rap about it. And then I actually figured out I needed to get my life changed. It changed my life. And then I was just
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to rap anymore because I faked it for all this time. But then every person that I met was a rapper. Every person I sat down with the Bible with, every single situation was a rapper. And I was like, I think I get the point. And so I changed it and then was put in an opportunity to release a bunch of albums. And it's just funny how that goes. But it was like, I didn't expect it and it just happened. But my heart was always there to just write and be able to do those things. And so it's like, it might not be right now, or all this stuff might motivate you to write the right stuff for it to work. And so it's like, yeah, music might be a thing now. And again, you never know. I mean, I was telling you earlier, I was most successful, 20 years into being a musician than I ever was for all the years I tried, where I had years of focus, money, where my only job was to make music happen. But then it's when I had my whole family and everything else, and then it's like, oh, music happens now. Enjoy.
Yeah.
You just never know. And if you and I won't take that back. You know what I'm saying? I knew I was focusing on the right things, and it put me in a place where I needed to be. And
Yeah,
so
man. Those were actually the times where I wrote like my best songs, were just kind of like I just had like 20 minutes, and then I just wrote a verse, and I'm like, dude, this is the best stuff that I've ever written.
Yeah.
And it was like unplanned, but it was just raw and vulnerable. I mean, like the song that I just released, No I Won't. I wrote that whole song first draft in 15 minutes.
Wow.
And it just flowed. I don't know what happened. The rhymes were there.
Spirit,
the
man.
rhythm was there. I think it got tweaked. I think 3 or 4 of the words got changed. But other than that, yeah, like it was an original from the 15 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. And I just say that to tell you, don't think of like because you get a job, you have the opportunity. You're going to be in you're going to be an island. You're going to be around new people. You're
I'm
gonna
an
have tons
island boy.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming to watch the show. I hope you have a great day. I'm leaving now. I'm going to go look at my son's cave that he built. And,
Is that like a
Cave?
reference to something? That's got to be a
No.
reference to something. I don't.
You don't know?
he does?
No. Like it seems like it's like a personal thing between you two,
It's
not
not.
like a public thing. Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
No.
It's just goofy.
Because
as
like
all
your
get out.
reaction seemed like, oh man, I've heard this before.
We
Why are you messing around?
So we've been doing this show for almost 2.5 years now,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
and
Okay.
so
Probably
this-
longer.
This is our bit, and so the truth is that if he says anything mildly annoying, I'm going to respond that way because
Okay.
he's like my little
And
he's
vice
like my
versa.
little he's my little brother, and
Son,
sorry, he's my little
Dad.
son. Yeah, sorry.
another inside joke. That is an actual inside joke.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
previous was not.
One of the actual episodes, one of our first episodes, I actually said, "You're my son" or something, and I was like, "Oops."
We just ran with it from there.
Yeah, it was
I had a couple questions for Brandon
Go
that I
for
wanted
it.
to pop off.
go for it.
First was kind of, and we may have already answered the question, but what kind of got you into doing music and wanting to make songs? And then I wanted
Yeah.
to pivot from that and kind of get into the more mental health area.
I gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, honestly, both of those questions go hand in hand.
Perfect.
I started doing music because I had terrible mental health.
Mm.
And it was before I got medicated, and now I'm on, a normal amount of medication, but, pre-medicated life, like it sounds so cringy to say it, but I mean, music was like my therapy.
Hey, no, I completely
And
understand.
It was the way to survive. It was the way, like every single night, like before I went to bed, like obviously, of course, like I'd like read my Bible and pray. Like I was a Christian at the time and obviously still am, but but I mean, there's just things that writing can do justice to that speaking can't. I don't know how to explain it. It does not in any way, shape, or form take away the validity of prayer and reading the Bible by any means, but it's just different. And sometimes you need a little bit of both. And I figured out, wow, I need this really badly. And like got to the point where like at first it was, man, I need this. But then after like 2 months, I looked forward to it. Every morning when I woke up, I'm like, I can't wait for the day to end so that I can write in my journal.
Wow.
And then that was literally like for like a year, every single day I'd write in my journal for 20 minutes. Not like, oh, today was this. This is how my day went. But it was like everything that I wrote had a rhythm to it. And like at first I'm like, I don't know if I'm any good at this. But then I started and I'm like, I'm writing a crazy amount of material in such a short period of time, and I don't feel tired at all. So maybe there's something behind it. And then like I started singing at church, and then I started getting compliments for that. And obviously I'm not doing it at all because of the compliments. The
Right.
compliments, come with it, right? But like for me, it started off because I needed it more than I wanted it. And likewise, the same reason that I became a Christian. I didn't want to become a Christian. I needed to become a Christian.
Amen.
So yeah, I mean, being a Christian and doing music, the reasons are literally the same. And now, of course, I love being a Christian and I love music. But they both started off as strictly just as I need to do this to function.
Dude, that's so beautiful, and I appreciate you sharing all of that because I want to say the church as a whole, we can do better at understanding mental health. And I think we're actually on the cusp of transitioning
Yeah,
into
we are.
like understanding that. Because it's like, hey man, I'm really depressed right now. Oh, well, how many, have you been in your quiet times? Have you had time with God? Have you been praying about it? It's like, yes, but that's not gonna cut
That's
it.
not the issue there,
That's
guys.
not the issue. It's like my mental health, my chemical imbalances in my brain are not functioning properly. While God is a God of miracles and can fix anything whenever he
Yeah.
feels like it, we do have struggles in our life that take extra help. Am I saying that God's power is null and void? I am not saying that at all. I'm saying we need extra outside help and possible medication at times so that you, like you said, you can function as a normal human being. And that's totally okay.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you saying that, because there needs to be an understanding, because like you said, going to Sunday and Wednesday services, even as a Christian, doesn't make you a Christian. It's the stuff you do on the outside. It's the extra work you put in. It's if you're sharing your faith, you're having time with God. You're having those salty conversations. You're baptizing people. It's not just the little things. The stuff to save face, and that goes into mental health. It's not the going to bed on time, eating correctly. Yes, those help, but you might need extra help sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I said I grew up in I said when I first became a Christian, I had one of my first mentors was a dude that had bipolar disorder, and he was one of the smartest people I knew. He would spend hours doing crazy study, but he still had to take his medication, and if he didn't, he'd have problems. And it was like,
Yeah.
and he had this conversation, and he would say it like they were very not good at first on dealing with him, but it was like as he learned how to speak about it, it made it better. And I said, throughout the years, I've had lots of roommates or people that, or even myself, dealing with this, and it's like, it's so. I remember when I first got switched to a different medication, I was dealing with negative and suicidal thoughts. Though I never dealt with that in my entire life, it was this medication that was putting me in that place, and it was like I would go to my wife and say this, and she'd be like, "That's not you. We really should switch your medicine." And so we did, but it was like it was months of that, realizing this is not good. This is not a good thing. It was more negative than it was suicidal, but it was still in that place where it was like I just don't know how I feel about myself anymore. But it's so funny because you can always go, well, you just need to read more, and it's like, yes, but there's more than that. And so I think that's great. I think that's the whole point, right? Like we want to put ourselves in a place, and that's the idea of music. Like you want to be able to share those feelings and thoughts and those kind of things. That's why I even get rap, because it was just like you said, it was the way that I could convey. When I first started reading the Bible, I would just read Psalms and I would turn them into rap songs. And that's how I started rapping. That's how my rap name was, Scout the Psalmist. Now we do Scout because it's easier than spelling Scout the Psalmist out. But that's what I do. I just read the Psalms and turn them into raps. And but it's always going to be a part of me. I'm going to be a 90-year-old dude writing rap songs because that's who I am.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think another thing to talk about, I know obviously we only have like 10 minutes or something, but I think it can't be forgotten how difficult it is for the individuals obviously who have the mental health challenges, because a lot of times people are like, hey, how can we help you? But the hardest part about that is that sometimes it takes years for the individual themselves to actually figure out, hey, doing this can help me. And that's what people can forget. They're just like, hey, clearly like you're acting like this on purpose. And I'm like,
wow,
no, that is not the case at all. If I was acting like this on purpose, I'd go to bed and cry myself to sleep because I'd feel terrible about what I'm doing.
Right.
But I don't go to bed doing that because I know that that's not me. Like there's a difference between intentionality and, oh, this is a byproduct of something that you can't control. And I think one more thing to talk about is people don't understand how tough it is to find the right combination of medication.
Dude.
Because chemical imbalance is such a big, just broad statement. Like, I know people who have had to try 10 different ADHD medications to finally get the right one. And like, I know people who are at number 8 right now who are nowhere closer to finding the right medication. And they've been going on 5, 6, 7 years, and they're in their 30s with kids, and they still don't have the answers because it's so hard to find, because it literally is like, it's a science experiment. Every single time you try to help somebody with medication to find the right combination, there is no manual for this. So if you find it on your first try, just thank God, because you're a lucky person. If you find it on your 10th time, still thank God, because it could have taken 20 more tries to find the right combination. For me, I think it took 5 or 6 times to find the right combination.
Wrong show.
One of our friends he might have hopped in on the wrong he was in the back room and we saw him come in. Anyway, all that aside, thank you so much, man. I agree. I really appreciate that, because he just said sorry. It's all good, Jaime. Thanks for coming on, man.
I know he loves that topic, and so I imagine I wouldn't have been shocked if he had. I wouldn't have been shocked if he would have popped on and bust out about it, because that's how he rolls. But yeah, no, and I agree. I said literally that's what I deal with is ADHD, and so for me, I just had to make a decision on what's better for my family, and I just decided I'm better off just not figuring it out. It was just, for me, I can be a functioning adult and take care of my family, not as effective as I want to. Like I always say, when I was on medication, I was able to write an entire album in a week on medication, and it was amazing. But it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to trust that this is where my brain can go, and I'll be fine in it. But again, it's not as great. My house is I'm definitely the worst stay-at-home mom ever. I stink at washing dishes. I stink at cleaning the house. I can only do one thing: keep my children alive and maybe wash the dishes. We'll see how it goes. But I make it. But it was because the emotional, it just wasn't worth the pain it was causing for me, anyways. But I decided
you're also not a mom.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Wait a minute. This whole time it's been a lie? Jaime's coming in and he says, "Oh my gosh, very sorry. Great message. This is Mental Awareness Month." He said, "I'm so into what he's saying." Yes, that's awesome, man.
But that is cool. But I really appreciate it. Now, this is the time where you get to plug whatever you want to plug and say whatever you'd like to say. You already said a lot of good stuff, but is there anything you want to plug? Want to get people towards the song? What do you want to do?
The only thing is you just can't badmouth the show. He said you can say whatever you want, but there are limitations.
Yeah, I mean, just based on my experience here, I have no desire to badmouth the show. This has been probably like one of like actually, I don't know how many podcasts I've been on, but even if I'd been on like 10, like this would for sure be like my favorite. Just because like it's just so laid back but just like genuine too. It's like a perfect combination.
We haven't even got the best parts yet, Brendan.
What? Oh, dude, I'm ready. I guess this is just a warm up. But yeah.
So we have another hour. I'm just kidding.
Yes, another hour of talking. I love that. But yeah, so plugs. Very, very simple plug. Check out my song. It's literally a picture of me and my face. It's hard to miss. But actually, it is hard to miss.
It is easy to find.
But it's also very hard to find in the sense where my name is not the most creative name on the planet, unfortunately. There's a million people with my last name, and there's also a million people with my first name. So because of that, I give you grace if you can't find it right away.
It was easy. It was an easy search for me on Spotify. I just typed in your name. Your wonderful head showed up, and I was like,
my wonderful head showed up.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. That really makes my day.
Now, it probably also helps that I already had that headshot, so I already knew what it looked like. So that probably helped the cause, but...
Yes, that probably helped the cause.
But I went to a search somewhere else and it was way hard, so I understand.
Yes. So yeah, guys. So literally, it's just my name, Brandon Young. It'll be I'm not sure if you guys saw the profile-ish pic on the promotion for the podcast episode, but yeah, that is the exact same pic that is on the cover of my single. So if you want to check that out,
Look for his face.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Look for my face. The song is simply about me envisioning what my life would be like with my future wife. Just being like, hey, I'm never going to take you for granted. Thanks for being so awesome. I was in a so what they call it, I think nowadays is I think they call it sad boy hours. When it's like when it's like really late, when it's like 10:30,
sure,
and like you're like, wow, I'm sleeping in my own bed on my own, and I'm like, wow, am I ever gonna find a wife, kind of thing.
Wouldn't
so for me, I just had to be like, like, hey man, like
this is Trey's life.
Find a way. I gotta find a way to not like cry myself to sleep tonight. So then I started writing this song, and then it turned into No, I Won't. So give it a spin. If you want the like full lyrics, since I'm not a big enough artist yet, they don't publish my lyrics on the internet for me. I have to publish my own lyrics. Sucks, right? One of the perks of having a label, I guess, which nope. But so basically very, very simple. You guys can reach out to me via my Instagram. It's literally it's the Brandon Young, one word, all lowercase. And I respond pretty quickly, and I love talking about not just my music, but like the inspiration behind the music. Another shout out, just like a completely random shout out. I just want to shout out my parents. I'm pretty sure they're not listening because I didn't tell anybody about the podcast. So if they're on here, then that's
don't worry, it's recorded.
Oh, it's recorded. Cool. So people can see
it's live, but it will be recorded
online for an hour straight. That is wonderful.
We also switched this to an audio podcast, which will be available everywhere on Spotify and everywhere else.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, dude. Next up, hey, Rob Skinner, calling you out. Let's do a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. Rob Skinner. So I just it's I absolutely love music, love mental health. Working actually on a movie that combines both.
Oh wow!
So part of my ADHD is I figured out the inattentive part of me. But I haven't figured out how to not have so many ideas. My brain is like a guinea pig on like a roller, and it just never stops rolling. It's like a guinea pig with unlimited energy. So because of that, my brain is always having new ideas, but also because of that, a side effect is that I'm always tired because my brain never sleeps.
Preach.
So because of that, I have to take at least one nap every day. And thankfully, because of my schedule, I've been able to actually take care of myself. But if I had like a normal 9 to 5, like I'd be in a lot of trouble. But I don't think I've meant for a 9 to 5 anyways.
Yeah.
So
one of the best advice or the best perspective on ADD that I ever got was in the Roman times. They didn't have medication for ADD. What they had is they had people's jobs where they were artisans, where literally they did whatever they were made to do, they did. And I think what our society has made, it's like, oh no, you need to have this kind of job. It's like, no, I'm made to create. I'm gonna. Yeah. And I think it's a lot easier now because you have content creators and all this other stuff. But it's like you can actually be that.
But there's still like a stigma behind it.
Yeah, there's totally a stigma behind it. Yeah, but it's like that perspective always helped me because I realized I'm just gonna do what I know how to do, which is entertain people and make them feel better. And I'm not going to stop doing that. And so, speaking of that, this is the moment where I'm going to turn everything we talked about into a rap song, and Trey's going to beatbox it. And so you're going to tell me, what's the song going to be about? I'm going to make a song. I'll add some of the facts that we talked about, but just tell me, I'm going to literally make a song right now. So what's the song going to be about? Whatever you want it to be about.
Man. So if we're going to do it based on what we talked about, I think finding a way to combine music, mental health, and how it's not as easy as it seems.
All right. Now, I'm going to do this all as a story. So set me up on the story. What am I doing? Where am I going? What's happening?
Okay, so the story is you are. Wow, these are great topics because I was not
Whatever comes to
prepared
mind.
for them.
Yeah, don't
Whatever
What
comes to
comes to my
mind. No
mind,
stress.
honestly,
like a man in Haunted
Give me a
Mansion.
dragon. Yeah,
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion. I don't know if that's what initially
All
came
right.
to my mind.
Oh, what
but I
comes to
think
mind?
what
Tell
more
us.
came to my mind was the very long scene from the Breakfast Club of all movies where they just started talking about their struggles, and I'm like, you know what? Finding a way to make that into a movie. Oh man, if only there was a movie that's coming out about that.
Well, this dude, his
What a
new movie.
bummer.
All right, I can do that. Breakfast Club, detention situation, talking about my emotions and music. I can make that happen. Trey, you got a beat for us?
Yes, but before I do that, Brandon, what's your stage name, brother?
It's
Stage
Brandon
name.
Young.
Yeah, it's literally just my name. It's
Brandon
such a
Young?
boring name.
No,
On-
man,
have
roll
like
with it,
a-
dude.
I mean, like
There's
I
a ton
thought
of
about
artists
it,
that
like,
use their own name.
No, yeah, but I mean, like I
And
thought
they're
about,
huge.
You know, like Brand Dizzle, but I'm like, no, that's so stupid.
You can do whatever you want, bro.
Okay,
No
so
one's gonna
at
say
this
anything
point,
about
you
it.
can do whatever
This
you
is
want.
our show.
for this case, just keep it simple. Brandon Young.
I got you, man. You ready to rock, Jason?
Yo, you know, I forgot all the. Anyways, good. Let's go.
For all the what?
No,
got all
that's
the
later.
topics?
That's later. That's later. I forgot to do the buttons, but I don't. That's not true.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's rock.
Yo, we got DJ Sound Effects, Scout the Psalmist, and Brandon Young on the mic.
Mike, let's freaking get it. Let's get it, Jason. Let's get it, Jason. Let's get it, Jason.
What am I doing? Where am I going? I don't know. What am I doing? Where am I going? I don't know. There once was a day where I'm all together. Everybody's looking down like in the weather. I was waiting, just looking at the attention time, like I didn't mean to talk out of my mind. But I'm kind of the guy that always take it all. I'm the kind of guy that always talking, bro. And nobody gonna stop me, and I don't know, except for Miss Simmons, she was pretty mad, yo. And now I'm at detention, I ain't pretending, dude. I'm just hanging out with my homies, dude. And yeah, I'm freestyling, cause that's what I do. We got the dude drumming on the table and I move. Yeah, I know it's simple with the little odds. I ain't cribbing, but I'm getting what I'm getting on. And now I'm looking cause I'm waiting for their time, asking why I rap, and I'm like, that's my life. Every day I've been doing this. I'm not afraid to rearrange and do this. And yeah, I love me some Dr. Dre and Judas. Who this? And only if you can't break it down. And who this? I'm not Snoop Dogg, but now I be. You want me rapping like I wanna be in everything. And B.I.G. was the reason why I did it all. But now I'm looking cause I gotta break them down, yo. And now I'm sitting here talking about the different times, how I never did my homework and I didn't know why. What I'm doing if I really can't overwhelm. This ADHD got me destroyed, Bill. Yeah, I sat in the room and then I gotta be. I even went to content mastery. They were like, dude, you could lay on the floor and do some tests. And I was like, cool, that's what I confessed. Then I started getting A's cause I'm that smart. But it took a little second cause of liquor card. And people looked at me weird. They're like, why are you laying on the floor as you're doing the test, dude? I'm like, yeah, that's my focus. I'm not afraid to take it. If I can rearrange everything and then I break it. Did you know that I never see the light? That's what I'm saying cause I gotta keep it right. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. But I know where I'm loving. I know I'm loving. I said, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. But I know I'm loving. I know I'm loving. See, so many times we try not to rhyme and we try not to find the rhymes. See, you want to be somebody for everybody else instead of yourself. You got to understand, well, don't be afraid. Be that person you have been every single day, keeping it true. And sometimes, dude, it's not the hardest thing. It's only the easy thing. Break it back and then you sing out loud. I think about holding my kids in my arms. Sometimes I wish I could do more. I wish I had a crazy job that could pay for all these things, but I realize I have more time for them because I'm doing what I do. And I'm not afraid to say that. If I never react to facts, better when I get it back. And now this is the way that I am. I am not afraid to be this man. Yo, sometimes we can trip up, but I sit up. Now I gotta give up. No, I won't. Now we gotta say, keep our focus, Bill. I know this stuff is hard, but you keep it real. But anyways, that's how I live my life. So I'm not afraid, and I gotta keep it right. That's the song. I'm over, I'm done. That's all I got, son. That's all I got, son. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good stuff, man.
There you go. It's helpful when that's really very close to my heart, so you just get like an actual song. Are you okay over there, Brandon?
Yeah, no, that was very, very on the spot and very good. So
Yeah, no. I said it's funny talking to you. Just like it's like listening to a young version of myself, and so it's very funny. Because I said that to you earlier. He was like saying something about music, and I'm like, I've been doing this for a long time. I've felt that way when I first met Trey. Trey will tell the story all the time. He asked me what he could do to be successful in music, and I told him not to do it because it's not worth it.
Mainly in the Christian scene. He's like, yeah, don't do this, man. There's no money in it. I was like, okay, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate it. He
but,
did one of these right here.
Multiple slaps in the face? That sucks, man.
But I repented, and now I'm here believing in him, and we have a show together. So
we make loads of cash, bro. It's crazy. I make rent every week just doing one show per night. It's crazy. Every Monday.
Per week.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyways, thank you so much, guys, for listening to the show. Thank you so much, Brandon, for coming on and talking about your music, talking about your future journey, being a
mental health.
Yeah, mental health, being ministry. That's pretty broad amount of things. We love getting to talk about this stuff, and that it's a mental health wellness month. I'm totally messing that up. That's amazing that we can talk about, and it's definitely something that's important to me, and I think that's important for all of us. And so, but yeah, we really appreciate that. If you like the show, please like and subscribe. We love having you here. If you are listening to the show on the podcast and you've never watched the show live, please come check it out. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's at Flows for You. And we're on Monday nights at 8 p.m. CST. Come check it out. We'd love to see you. We know we know you listen. I see the numbers. I see at least 5 people listen to the show. You come over, join us live. It might just be my whole family, but come. I laugh when my dad's like, yeah, I just randomly saw you today. I'm like, thanks, Dad. That's great. Yeah, so thank you so much. Trey, am I forgetting something?
If you guys want to hop on the show, please feel free to hit us up at flowsforyou.com. Send us a message. We need your all's questions of the day. I know we didn't have time to do it today.
I said, are we going to do that? No, we're not.
Nah, it's okay. But yeah, we want to hear from you guys. I love all the questions you guys throw our way, especially live, because they're just fun and funny to answer. But that's pretty much it.
All
Brandon,
right,
you've been an awesome guest, bro. Thank you so much for
Brandon,
being on.
this is a funny transition because this is a new bit that we do. What it is
this is our outro, by the way.
It's a therapy time with Trey, and so you're going to get to be Trey's therapist, and you're going to make up a condition that he has, maybe from something we talked about or things like that, and you're just going to ask him random questions, and Trey's going to have to answer them like these are true statements in his life.
But make them buck wild.
Yeah, make them buck wild. So you can make up whatever truth about Trey's life, and he has to agree with you. As a freestyle premises is that you don't just say no, you always say yes, and that's how it works. So.
And the cool part for our therapy session is I got a little lo-fi for us. So whenever you're ready.
So and I'll close you down when you're done asking questions.
Okay, Trey. Now that we're
What's
here,
up, Brandon?
I've always wondered, is just based on what you've talked with me about, do you struggle with feelings of belonging?
You know, when I was raised with my wolf pack, when I was a little kid, the alpha in the pack was really loving and kind to me, but I just felt like I was the oddball out. And, I didn't have as much fur as everybody else. I didn't have the hunting instinct. My canines were trash. And I was always left by myself to fend for myself and to, I wasn't the guy in the front to get the elk and kill it. So yeah, I could definitely attest to that. That's where it all comes from.
felt that there was something that maybe was missing that everybody else around you had that you just for whatever reason didn't feel like you either had or didn't feel like you had developed those necessary skills to fit in? Is that kind of where you're going?
Yeah, man, my tail was never there. It was just, it wasn't as fluffy as everybody else. Matter of fact, I didn't have a tail at all. So, I mean, sure, they accepted me. I grew out my beard, but that's as far as all the hair I got. You know, I'm a pretty hairy guy myself, but it doesn't attest to a wolf. So, I mean, Keenra and whatnot, they were both my best buds, but you know, they still gave me a little bit of a side eye from time to time. So yeah.
This is your last question, Dr. Brandon. Make it a good doozy.
Do you feel like it would be better to have this conversation with an Australian Shepherd just based on the lack of having a tail?
You know, it might have been better to have it with a Tibetan Mastiff because they actually fight wolves. And so there's a little bit of like animosity there, but some kind of understanding, even though they are the like upper echelon. Hey, you know what though? I'm down for any breed and talking to them and they'll understand what I'm saying because we've gone through the same type of upbringing. So.
Thank you so much, guys, for this amazing time. Thank you for spending time with us. Brandon, stay after the show. We'll talk to yourselves in a second, but make sure everybody else has a great night. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We appreciate that you, for some reason, decided to listen to us be silly for an hour, and that we still do this. So thank you so much, and remember, the flows are for you. I almost had the...
Are you looking for a different kind of podcast? How about informative and clean? It will make you laugh. Scout and Trey, yeah, that's what we do. We got a little funny thing, keeping it true. Hey, we take your topics and all your ideas and bring in a guest and we answer them there. Then we make a free